Welcome to This Explainer. Look, today we're stripping self-improvement all the way down to its absolute bare-bones essentials. If you've been feeling completely overwhelmed by overly complex routines or wildly expensive gym memberships, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're exploring a highly effective, back-to-basics approach, what the source material playfully calls the monkey philosophy. It's all about achieving incredible discipline and massive gains using really simple, inexpensive analog tools. Forget the complications, guys. We're taking it back to the absolute fundamentals. Okay, let's dive right into this. On one side, we have the modern trap. I mean, how many of us are guilty of this? Waking up, laying in bed, and instantly getting sucked into watching like 515-second videos. It completely drains your focus before the day even actually begins. On the other side, though, we have the simple solution. What if you could bypass that digital quicksand entirely? By just owning 8 cheap, highly specific analog items, you can build an immediate, unbreakable wall of discipline. It's raw, it's physical, and it absolutely works. So, here is exactly how we're going to break this down today. Think of this as our structured roadmap, our monkey ascension agenda, if you will. Number 1, unlocking simple daily discipline. Number 2, building raw physical strength. 3, fueling for maximum gains. 4, upgrading the modern mind. 5, mastering stress and focus. And finally, number 6, the ultimate discipline blueprint. Part 1, building raw physical strength, the foundation of discipline. The absolute simplest tool eliminates literally every single excuse, the door frame pull-up bar. It turns a standard bedroom into a total powerhouse, and you really don't need thousands of dollars of equipment to pull it off. You just grab one that adjusts to fit right into your door frame, and boom, your commute to the gym is 0 seconds. You can hang from it every single day. The pull-up is just this incredible movement that builds your back muscles, your biceps, and your core. And if you stay disciplined, it unlocks the coveted muscle up. Eventually, as the source notes with a bit of humor, this foundational strength lets you go aura farm in the actual gym later on, simply because you've already built S-tier upper body strength right there in your bedroom. But hey, let me pause right here and ask, what if you can't do a pull-up yet? It's a totally fair question. Raw strength takes time, and jumping straight to an unassisted pull-up can be incredibly frustrating. So how do we actually bridge that gap without giving up? The answer is tool number 2, a simple, super cheap resistance band. This thing is a total game changer. You loop it right over your pull-up bar, step into it, and suddenly you're doing assisted pull-ups with perfect form. It safely guides you towards your very first real, unassisted rep. But the resistance band is actually doing double duty here. You can also use it for targeted shoulder and upper back exercises. In today's world, where we are just constantly hunched over our screens, this cheap little band is your absolute secret weapon for fixing your posture. Next up, let's talk core strength. Sure, you could put an old t-shirt on a smooth wooden floor and slide out. Honestly, it works. But the better option is tool number 3, the ab wheel. The ab rollout is widely considered an S-tier exercise. Why? Because you're loading the core muscles while they are fully extended, which is exactly how you build the most serious size and strength. And even more importantly, rolling out builds massive stability in your back muscles. That is absolutely critical for protecting your spine as you get stronger. Part 2. Fueling for maximum gains. Cheap and effective nutrition. To really understand our next tool, we've got to look at ATP, or adenosine triphosphate. This is literally the molecule that your brain and your muscles run on. So tool number 4 is creatine. Creatine basically works by helping your body regenerate this ATP much, much faster during exercise. And what does that mean for you? It means more reps, more raw strength, and ultimately more muscle over time. But it doesn't just stop at the neck. Creatine also enters the brain and has been shown to improve memory and overall cognitive performance. It is literally the most studied supplement in existence. It's incredibly safe, highly effective, and just shockingly cheap. 3 to 5. That is the magic number you need to remember here. You want to be taking 3 to 5 grams of creatine powder daily with water. And just a quick word of warning from our source material, beware of those trendy creatine gummies. They're usually super expensive and actually contain very little real creatine. Just stick to the cheap, basic powder. Tool number 5 brings us straight into the kitchen, a standard, cheap blender. To build muscle and actually recover, you need to hit a target of roughly 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Trying to hit that daily target with whole foods alone, it's exhausting and it gets expensive fast. Enter the 2-minute calorie shake. You just throw in some protein powder, oats, a banana, because as the source wisely states, banana's good, some peanut butter, and milk into the blender. In 120 seconds, you've got the ideal, cheap breakfast that is absolutely packed with calories and protein. Part 3. Upgrading the modern mind, breaking the digital loop. Tool number 6, the physical alarm clock versus the smartphone. Look, the morning is the absolute best time for focus, for exercise, and for building good habits. But if your smartphone is sitting right there on your nightstand, you're practically guaranteeing that you'll wake up and instantly fall into a loop of mindless digital consumption. The fix for this is remarkably simple. Put your phone in a completely different room when you go to sleep. Use a cheap physical alarm clock to wake up instead. This one small analog tool helps you reclaim the most important part of your entire day. Tool number 7 is simply the physical book. I absolutely love this quote from the material. The wisest who have ever lived have put their knowledge into books. If you genuinely want to expand your mind, staring at endless junk content on a screen just isn't going to do it. Plus, screens are filled with these intrusive ads that constantly break your attention span, ads that, frankly, can make you feel like your IQ is actively decreasing in real time. Books? Books don't have pop-up ads. So, the really crucial point here is this. It doesn't even need to be some intense self-help manual. Reading physical fiction is just as powerful. Great fiction forces your brain to visualize, to follow complex narratives, and to sustain focus for hours at a time. Any kind of physical reading is going to make you a far better thinker than consuming mindless internet content. Part 4. Mastering stress and focus, the power of pen and paper. And this brilliantly illustrates the neuroscience behind tool number 8, a cheap journal. Throughout the day, we carry around so much free-floating stress and anxiety without really even knowing why. Let's look at the amygdala for a second. That's the threat detection center of your brain. When you write things down using a physical pen and paper, you're forcing your brain to translate abstract, messy feelings into structured language. This process has actually been scientifically shown to reduce activity in the amygdala. By simply writing, you are literally lowering your biological anxiety and generating real mental clarity. To make this super actionable, here is the exact 3-step morning journal formula. You don't need to write a whole novel here. Every morning, just answer 3 quick prompts. Number 1, write down exactly what is currently stressing you. Name the monster. Number 2, write down just one single thing you want to accomplish today. Give yourself a target. And number 3, write down one thing you're grateful for. Ground yourself. This fast routine turns abstract mental fog into a sharp, actionable daily habit. Section 5. The ultimate discipline blueprint. Putting it all together. Let's look at how all of this actually builds together. We've categorized these 8 cheap tools into 3 main pillars. First, your physical armor, the pull-up bar, the resistance band, and the ab wheel. Together, they guarantee raw strength, perfect posture, and deep core stability. Literally all from your bedroom. Second, optimal fuel, creatine powder and a blender. This combo ensures rapid ATP regeneration and makes hitting your daily protein macros effortless and cheap. Finally, mental upgrades, a physical alarm clock, physical books, and a simple journal. This analog stack completely breaks the doom-scrolling cycle, expands your mind, and crushes your daily anxiety. It is a fully cohesive lifestyle system. Which leaves us with this final, burning thought. You now have the exact step-by-step blueprint. You know exactly what tools to get, why they work, and how incredibly cheap they are. There's no expensive memberships required, and definitely no complicated routines to memorize. So I really have to ask you, what is stopping you from taking control of your environment today? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Get out there, grab your analog tools, and start building that discipline.